Yeah, there we go. Now my microphone's back. All right, everybody, and I am hot mic'd. Here we go. Me and Kurt are coming in. There it is. All right. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear us? Give us an F in chat for my microphone cutting out like the second I tried to go live. Ugh. Yeah, good times. It's funny. They don't work if the cable comes out of the back of them. And I've got an old enough mic that it's actually got a USB-A connection. One of those, like, old square ones.
Well, actually, you know what?
But it's a nice mic. So
I prefer those. They're kind of a pain in the ass to stay in.
Yeah.
But micro USB, those get flaky.
Oh, I hate those.
Like, in terms of reliability, my USB Mini starts off pretty bleh, but it's consistent. It never really changes.
Right.
Micro USB, the longer you've had that cable, like I've had shit just go bad within a month where it won't even stay in the port anymore.
Yep.
I have specific micro USB cables that will work on specific devices.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's stupid. USB Type C is a godsend.
Oh, I love C. When it comes to audio equipment and it's USB, I've always been a fan of sticking to some of the older equipment with USB-A. It's just crisper. It's clearer on the microphones for me. I've got one of the blue snowballs, and the thing is just, it's still amazing. I've had this thing for, 15 years? Since the day they came out, like forever ago.
Oh yeah, USB Type A, the printer cable.
Exactly. The old school printer cable is what my microphone runs on. But it also, since the microphone's tilted up, it just falls right out, so I got to reach back there and make sure it's in. Anyways,
I think
everyone.
it's common on audio interfaces because there's additional shielding in the port itself, and it's more common.
So who in the chat wants to give a big round of applause for? I mean, we started at like 7:08. That's half an hour to 45 minutes early for us. Like I gotta say it's a pretty good evening right now. Yeah. So, good times. All right, chat. There's all kinds of fun stuff to talk about. Did you hear about the new game on Apple Arcade today?
No, I did not.
A new game came out on Apple Arcade. It's based on a cartoon / anime kind of like hand drawn, cartoon called Simon's Cat. The game on Apple Arcade is a bunch of white people in an upper middle class neighborhood and you're playing one of them, and you're trying to prevent a new housing development going up in your upper middle class neighborhood. And you have to complete puzzles to get, the right types of extras so you can then go to the area where they're going to build it and beautify it to the point where they don't want to build the new housing development on it now.
Oh boy.
What the fuck, dude?
That isn't quite as bad as the Riot Control Simulator.
Yeah, the Riot Control Simulator isn't any better, but I just couldn't believe that it was on, fuck Apple, right? But I couldn't believe it was on Apple Arcade as one of their included games in that. That means it's been through, groups of people reviewing it and bringing it on, and I'm like, and I looked at it, the gameplay looks kind of fun, too, so, it's gonna be bad, because, people are gonna enjoy playing it. It's just the wrong message to be sending. What the hell? I don't know, I saw that today, and it was just, it was quite the thing. Kurt is looking pretty handsome these days. I think it's because he did a lot of work on his video setup, and you can really see him at this point, the box that he keeps talking about? That box that supposedly exists somewhere off in the distance called, downstairs? He got it, and he put it in, and he did all the extra work, and now suddenly his video looks that much better.
Yes, I've been tuning things pretty much all day.
Yeah. That's why he was here on time. He was actually at the computer,
Yeah, I was both doing that, and I'm picking up all of the empty soda cans. I ended up with 2 giant blue bags full of empty cans in my office. I don't even know. They're gone now. They're gone. I actually cleaned my house.
That's a miracle.
So
I did see Dad yelling at you on Twitter.
Yeah, ha ha ha, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A bunch of inside jokes there, whatever. Yeah.
I can't say the name I really know him by.
Indeed. But, yeah, good times. We brought this up last week, but I want to just, beat this one in because I feel it needs repeating. LeVar Burton should be the host of Jeopardy. And today it came out that Joe Buck, the sportscaster who now runs a podcast literally named Daddy Issues, is going to guest host the show in a try to see if they like him or not. He's a guy who likes to bring people like Adam Carolla, the alt-right bastard, onto his podcast and platform alt-righters and neo-Nazis. Sure, he randomly brings on people like Adam Sandler, too, and I don't know why they go on his show. But they are going to have Joe Buck test a few episodes live of Jeopardy, wow. No, LeVar Burton is the clear choice. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, for real.
Just, that's the guy that's addicted to getting hair plugs. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, there has to be a reason at this point that, like, they haven't just gone with it. Like, it's not his ask. There's no way LeVar Burton is sitting here asking for, like, Will Smith money. It's not like he's asking for, like, $20 million an episode, right? Like, what are they not telling us?
I've had an equipment malfunction.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks clean back there. I tried
to stop it.
It looks clean back there.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna blame a cat.
I heard it starting and I was reaching.
But yes, you do you. You do you. But my thing was just like, what do they know? Like, what aren't they telling us about freaking LeVar Burton being on Jeopardy that we need to know? Because at this point, I think there's some conspiracy going on. Like, I'm not even a conspiracy theorist type of guy, but I'm... What? Like, there's an answer here, and I just want to know what it is. Yes. Kurt is in a room with white walls there. No padding, though, so that's good, right? Or bad, depending on, what you think. Yes, just by that shot right there alone, you guys are going to be able to dox him. Remember, Dream got doxed from, like, a picture of a kitchen. So, yeah. Good times. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but good old Dream got doxed because a picture of a kitchen came out even though his face was covered. And people did a lot of playing with the image and tilting it and re-photoshopping it to get it flat facing a different direction and 3D modeling it. And they were able to get a copy of it to reverse image to a listing for that house that was like on one of the real estate listing sites. And, it was one that he was staying at. It was about that much information they had to go on, too. But we don't have 12 million people currently watching, so, and he did. Yeah, people are fucking wizards, yo. Oh. So, here we go. I mean, that looks nice. I love his new background. I mean, it is very, like was said in the chat, it is very, Max Headroom-like. Yeah, I brought Kurt's mic back up a little, so I would think you guys can hear him just fine when he starts talking. Yay! 6 months, Vassar. Love it.
Woo!
All right. One day Vassar will rejoin us on the Minecraft server. It'll happen. We made a monument to Vassar and everything. You have no idea. Like, we were like a week in and half of us hadn't ever played the game, and we're a week in trying to just kind of still learn how to place blocks, and Vassar's like found the end portal, found the dragon guy, built the nether portals, like all the things you have to do to progress in the game were already done by like day 2 by Vassar on our server. It was like, thanks for being there and doing all the things that would have taken us forever to figure out.
Yeah.
So we made a monument to Vassar for doing all of that hard early work for us. Finding
nice.
Finding the fortress in the nether, all that type stuff. So thank you, Vassar.
Mike. Why? You know what? You're right. My microphone is actually.
I mean, I can hear you fine, but
I know. Well, my compressor isn't quite doing. Hello, there. Okay, there. That should be a lot better.
oh wow, yeah,
That good?
yeah.
That crisper?
The volume went up, and it is crisper. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I just I had to crank up the gain. There we go.
That sounds like a horrible '80s movie.
Fuck.
Doesn't it though? Like, I mean, it sounds like a horrible
does.
'80s movie.
It you can crank up the gain. Jeez, fuck. Yeah, it does. It does. It totally has that vibe to it.
You know, like one of my favorite, like pump up the volume.
Up the volume.
Yeah, see that's where my head was going. That's a good movie, by the way.
The discount version of pump up the volume, crank up the gain.
Right, that the Koreans who do the knockoffs before the real one even hits theaters, that thing.
Yeah.
Like the Atlantic version of Pacific Rim and all that type stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Good times. You know, one of my favorite movies was kind of like changed in my mind last night because I found out that the character in the Fast and the Furious series, not one of my favorite movies, by the way, Han, is actually a continuation of a character from an earlier movie before the Fast and the Furious ever existed, because the director liked that character and brought the same actor on, and it's actually the same character. And I'd never put it together, but there's this really good movie called Better Luck Tomorrow. That if you guys haven't seen, everyone should watch that movie. It's freaking awesome.
The Fast and the Furious franchise is one of those things where it's like I haven't partaken of them myself, but
yes.
Everybody that I have spoken to about this has said you should probably give them all a watch at least once.
Yeah, it's one of those where I can be entertained by bad, like bad storylines. Like I can get entertainment value out of it because it's entertaining in a way that's like just for entertainment's sake, but it's not as bad as say Michael Bay. Like it's right on that edge of almost being as bad as Michael Bay, but not. Like it's just almost. So I can watch it, but I don't consider it good cinema.
You can tell that they are just that they take themselves just the right amount of seriously for the content.
Exactly. So
I can tell that from what I've been exposed to.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy watching them. But like, it was interesting to me that like one of my favorite movies, Better Luck Tomorrow, was a character from that is who Han is, and I was like, oh no, same name, same actor. Yeah, why didn't I put that together? Huh. Well, whatever. So if anyone hasn't seen Better Luck Tomorrow, it's like from 2001, 2002. It's from back there. It's a really good movie. Yeah. Weird connections in these movies. I saw that because like in the new one that's coming out, Han is alive, I guess, and he was dead before. I haven't seen the last like 5, so I didn't know, but that went by my newsfeed and it clicked in my head that why do I know Han from something other than F9 and F8 and F7 and all these freaking oh yeah, because he's from one of my favorite movies. Why didn't I? But anyways, a rant there. Everyone should watch Better Luck Tomorrow. It's a great movie. Yes. Yeah, so
I feel like I got completely thrown off by my equipment malfunction.
Your whole chi is just wrong, and it's now like 6 inches too close to you, so like your feng shui is off. Like, I feel it. The energy's all wrong in that room.
Yeah,
but it's cleaner.
Wrong because I'm not. Well, it's because I'm not surrounded by aluminum cans that are reflecting the good energy towards me.
You know how you can tell how clean Kirtaner's room is right now? Is you just saw him do this, and you saw him do this, and his arms weren't like down by his side. His arms were kind of out, and you didn't hear cans falling over. So like, good job.
That's a really good point. Also, I actually went around, and you didn't hear any crunching.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you walked around. It looked like you were walking on carpet, not other stuff. Good times. But yeah, woo. So I want to show my favorite picture of the week. Are you guys ready for this one? Because I'm going to move over to the picture here, and I'm going to show this, which is my favorite picture of the week.
Oh, yeah, baby! That's a good one right there. That
right?
is a good motherfucker right there.
So,
oh, man.
So he is suspended, and the reason given is that he was supposedly running a bunch of bot accounts to help, or paying someone running a bunch of bot accounts.
Artificial inflation.
Exactly, to get Project Veritas to, gain as fast as it did and get into the trending topics. So now, there's a part 2 to this image. And this is his statement.
I am suing!
He thinks he can sue Twitter for defamation on this one. And I think that's hilarious.
I think it's going to work out for you, Chief.
Yeah.
No.
The one thing we did learn, though, is that he can afford to bring that case. And that's a sad state of affairs. It turns out that Veritas is getting lots of donations. His personal payout of Veritas is $400K a year right now. So yeah. Yeah.
How much of that comes from Russia?
Good question. Most, I would assume. So good old James O'Keefe III, who exactly looks like that guy,
O'Keefe.
Is gone. And he's off in Telegram land. And one of the grifter things
that's where everybody seems to go these days. They get banned from Twitter, they get banned from all these other platforms. They just go make a fucking Telegram group.
That's where all the people collaborating with Russia seem to go.
Yeah.
Indeed. How excited am I for Frank's social media? Frank's social media is great because it's totally 100% free speech. Minus taking the Lord's name in vain. Just don't take the Lord's name in vain, and then it's... Oh, and don't also insult the owner.
Did you know that I am
don't curse.
From Gab. I am censored from Gab.
Yeah, you can't say his name on Gab.
You can't say you can't use my hashtag.
Yeah. It's free speech minus anything you would want to say. Yeah. None of the conversations I find interesting enough to join in on would ever survive on Frank's social media. Yeah, good times. I mean,
you'd get the Parler treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
I should go take a look and see how they're doing these days. Apparently Parler has completely blocked VPNs and Tor.
Yeah. They have, and a lot of proxies. They have an open proxy checker now, so if you come on from like a SOCKS 5 or a SOCKS 4, it reverse connects real quick to check if you're on a freaking proxy. They do all the standard shit that old IRC servers used to have to do.
Hey, why? Like, why? What is it?
They scared. They scared.
Yeah. They're really fucking scared, and they should be.
I got like my first notification from the Parler app in a week, like this morning. Like just out of nowhere, I was like, "Oh yeah, I still have that thing on. Yeah, I should log in there."
Yeah, you can't get it new, and it's amazing that it still works.
Yeah, I'm surprised that any of the endpoints are still functional. I ran some of my code that dumped user data the other day, and it was getting about 1 out of every 500 attempts at the data were actually being successful. So yeah, it was bad numbers. It was their shit is fucked.
Yep.
Maybe I'm not, fuck John Matze and all that, but maybe he was actually good at running like the tech side of things. And once they got rid of him and everybody else and just left the investors, like
if he wasn't bullshitting about wanting to actually tighten up moderation on in certain forms, my heart actually does go out to him a little bit. He was a good sport.
He was a good sport. He's still on the wrong side of every point he tried to make.
And Dan Bongino not actually being an investor of Parler, it was just icing on the fucking cake.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, that was the best. The best. So, good old MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, our, favorite white nationalist in the fucking Congress. The QAnon-believing piece of shit goes to start with Paul Gosar a caucus, America First caucus, which is supposed to be about Anglo-Saxon American blah, 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 white nationalist Nazis, basically. The backlash kind of worked. It has been canceled. They're not starting the caucus. It's over. She went on this huge Twitter rant saying that, like, it was, her, like, interns who helped write all this shit. Which is, we know, complete bullshit. I mean, we know they do help, but, like, they wouldn't have done it with, like, without, you know, either being hired for these, views because they share these views, or being told what to do. Yeah, it was.
I would like, you know, Chad alluded to this. I would like to go back to the era where we could say MTG and it only meant one thing.
Oh yeah, the Bitcoin scam. Yes.
No, not Magic the Gathering online exchange. The first three words of that.
How? I mean, just
wasn't a scam though. They got decimated.
I mean, no, I'm sorry, but I believe, but I also believe that an insider, namely the guy who ran the whole goddamn thing, knew it was coming and was in on it and gave people the keys.
I laugh every time somebody calls it Mount Gox.
I know,
like,
right?
No, that's not. It's not.
No.
You don't. Oh my God, you people.
Yeah, good old MTG. I mean, if you want to stick on some of the gaming stuff, for everyone's going to be sad about this one. But the Lord of the Rings MMO that was being built is no more. It was canceled. As of this morning, it is officially canceled, not coming out next year.
You really think it would have done well? I don't.
No, but here's the thing about it that I find really funny. There's this big MMO promised around a solid group of IP with an expansive world, so like you could definitely do something here, but it was Amazon Game Studios. And here's the funny thing about Amazon Game Studios, founded in 2014. This is their 5th game. This is also their 5th game that after 2 years in development was canceled. They still haven't released anything. This is funny. I find this hilarious.
Man. Yeah.
So
remember Stadia?
Remember when?
There are many companies that are notorious for doing this at this point.
Yeah. This is just literally what they do now. Amazon, literally. Exactly. Crucible is another one that they just totally fucked up. Like seriously, Amazon Game Studios, if they ever buy rights to build the game on some IP, then it's a bad sign. This one was interesting because it just turned out to be Amazon's really not good at working with other large corporations, and they were working with a game studio to build it, and then Tencent, the kind of Asian version of Amazon, bought the game studio, and then Tencent wanted to renegotiate everything, and Amazon fucked up the negotiations. And of course, the Chinese company that is actually larger than them said bye. So, dude, thanks for the subs. Thank you. All the subs and follows and all that stuff and the donations, it all helps. It's how we eat here. Except for tonight. Tonight, someone donated a lasagna to the household. So, like, a lasagna showed up a couple hours ago. Like, a nice meat lasagna. It's beautiful.
You should set up Treat Stream. You should set up Treat Stream.
I should.
With just the meatiest motherfucking things that you could possibly get.
Right?
People keep telling me to do that myself. I should probably get around to that. So
I should
people
do so.
So
many
people
more
are
things
not
here.
bugging me to order food. They just go and they do it for me, and I'm like, oh hey, thanks.
Right.
Considering the absurd length my streams tend to go, I keep saying I'm gonna just do like a handful of hours. Next thing I know, I look at the clock and it's like, oh fuck, I've been going for 14 hours. Might as well just keep going.
So Amanda has asked for phone on head. My problem is my phone is here. This is the camera.
He uses his phone as a camera.
I guess I can use like an old phone that's like getting replaced here. Like there, phone on head, everybody. There you go. Yeah, right. But yeah, the phone, I mean, you guys got to remember, the iPhone 11 has dual 4K cameras, and it will live straight to your computer. There's webcam drivers for it. Like, The only thing I could get better than this is like a $2,000 Sony camera, and like why when I have this and it's just as good? Like, I mean,
Yeah, I should probably take one of the phones sitting here and see how it fares in comparison to the Logitech Brio I've got here.
You
At the very
really
least,
should.
I can-
The app you need is called Camo, Camo.
Camo.
It is the
Cool.
best. For
And
anyone
it's
else
just-
out there,
it's just a shim driver.
well, it's on the phone and on the PC, and it lets you do all kinds of like light corrections, color corrections, and all kinds of other stuff.
Actually, what you can do is when you plug in, I'm not gonna fucking use that one, Will. When you plug in the iPhone the lightning cord, like even without any drivers, you can do screen recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point,
You would like Camo. You would like what it does for you. It's really quick. It is, and it does. It's really,
because
really
you can just
good.
open up the camera app and just, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and it also-
if you can even control it from your machine, then
You can
that helps
control it
too.
from your machine, and it actually has built-in integrations with Streamlabs OBS Studio, and OBS Live. All of them. So it integrates right in. It's great.
Reincubate Camo.
Yep. That's what you want to use. And for anyone else out there, if you want to use your phone as your webcam on a Mac, and you've got an iPhone, then yeah, there you go. Reincubates.
I mean, you
Camo.
know, with people upgrading phones and stuff, I mean, you probably have a spare one lying around. Even all the way back to the iPhone 6, you're gonna have an incredible quality camera sensor.
I have no idea if they made a good driver yet for Linux or not. I moved off of it for my desktop a few years ago.
Ironically,
I left.
I'm going to probably soon be switching to Arch full time from Mac OS. So
Yeah, that's because
there's
you
that.
also can't upgrade to like all the way up to Big Sur or anything else, so you've got to make that decision, you know?
Yeah. I'm doing Hackintosh, and
Right.
The walls are closing in. So,
Right.
Yep.
Good times. So, you guys, I want to throw this out there. We all need to say a big belated, because it was yesterday, happy birthday to FTP. FTP is 50 years old as of yesterday.
Holy shit.
The actual RFC for the file transfer protocol was filed publicly for a review on April 16th, 1971. Like, it's that old. FTP is freaking 50 years old. FTP is older than me. Like, damn.
God damn!
RFC 114, if anyone wants to go read what the hell they thought this was about. And remember, when RFC 114 came out, that was like 9 years before TCP/IP. So this was FTP over all the older, much older versions of networking. This was 9 years before TCP/IP was a thing. But yeah, FTP is 1971, so it is 50 years old as of yesterday. That's crazy, right? Like, just to think about it. Like, this is how long we've had networking. Like, one of the seminal, like, presentations on networking and computers with mice and graphical user interfaces and all that type of stuff, and transferring files between devices is like that. If you've ever watched that video, it's from like 1967. Like, this stuff is a lot older than people think it is.
Yeah, for real. Oh,
Kind of like that guy who thinks he invented email, but, you know, was years
Oh
behind.
God! Every time I see that motherfucker, I get angry.
He's
I
here at
actually-
Boston, so he's at all the protest events, and he's like throwing his own protest events, and he's up there talking with all the right wingers and everything. It's yeah, we all hate him. He hates me like a lot. In person, he just screams at me. It's great. He's threatened to sue me like 500 times, and I love it.
Seriously?
Like, come at me, bro. You didn't
Oh,
invent
wow.
email. Ray Tomlinson
No.
did. I've
No,
talked to Ray. I mean, he's passed away now, but I've actually had real life conversations with the man. You aren't him.
Woo!
The thing about the guy who thinks he invented freaking email is this. Ray and a bunch of others created message, then send message, and then email, and all the basics of it. The subject, the headers, the CCing, the da-da-da-da, all the stuff, right? And the basic protocol. That was all RFC long before this man came along. But what didn't exist before him was a good working, graphical, easy to use interface. And he wrote the first one of those and named it email. And the term email had already been used before him, though. But it was kind of the first good business use case of the service.
And like, to be fair, he was teenager when he wrote it.
He was wicked early, and he did something awesome. And it really sucks that he's decided to say he invented like the whole thing. Because if he just said, I did this thing, he's still like, I mean, like, he might not have invented the car, but he invented the gas-powered engine. You know what I mean? Like, he's still that freaking early. Like, he's still that good. But no, instead he's an asshole and doesn't believe anyone before him was doing anything with email. He invented it all.
So, like, what specs was he writing the client for? Like, I have questions.
Yeah, I mean, all those RFCs were actually in his head. He was imagining them. They weren't real.
Oh, God. Some people, man. It's just some fucking people.
Ugh.
Ugh, indeed.
Ugh, indeed. Yes. So, you wanna, the cop who killed Breonna Taylor wrote a book. And today we learned, well, actually, late last night, we learned that Simon & Schuster have decided not to distribute it due to public pressure. Now, that's great. Public pressure seems to be starting to actually cause some shit, but the fact that they were even thinking about it in the first place, like, is still problematic. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, it shouldn't have gotten to the point where he already had the book basically done for you to then decide to back out. Because that does mean he got money, and if you chose to back out, then he probably got his full advance and now owes you nothing. So, guy just got paid. Yeah, what the fuck, right? I don't know about that.
In terms of shootings,
every single day, there's new ones.
Do you want to talk about one specific one?
I wish we weren't having to, but they are all over the place every single day. Which one would you like to talk about?
The one with a 13-year-old.
So the 13-year-old Toledo in Chicago. This is a really problematic shooting, not just because it's a 13-year-old person of color out late at night, cops shooting, but the thing that just blows my mind is that the last frame that we see before he's actually shot to death, both of his hands are in the air above his shoulders when the shots are fired. Now, their argument is that both hands had weapons in them before he raised them. So you said drop them and put your hands up, and he did. Even if we find out that it's true that he had those weapons and that you didn't plant them or something, it's still like you said drop the weapons and put your hands up, and guess what the kid did? He dropped whatever was in his hands and put his hands up, and you still shot him to death. Their argument in the news is that, well, if you watch the video in full speed, it's less than 2 seconds from he's got him in his hand to his hands are above his head. We only had 2 seconds to react. You give the guy, if you tell the guy to do something, you have to give him the time to do the thing.
Yeah. There is no fucking excuse for the murder of a child.
Of a 13-year-old.
Like 13-year-old. Like, straight up. It was a kid. Well, boy, like, okay, yeah, he had a handgun on him, but dude dropped it.
The second they said drop it, he dropped it and put his hands up, and they still shot him.
Yes. Like, obviously, kid's gonna fucking listen to a cop telling him to drop a gun. He's a kid. You're like, it's just that whole thing.
All of it.
It's.
There were two more.
No words. I have no fucking words. I have no goddamn words.
There were 2 more today, including a shooting at a mall now that went down.
Oh, boy.
So it just continues every day now, getting worse.
And then on one hand, you have that, and on the other hand, you have more and more fucking mass shootings. Like, what the fuck was going on at that FedEx depot? Like,
Well, so there's still not enough information about that one, but I mean, it's a FedEx depot and the guy got inside. I'm still just like, it's a disgruntled employee, right? I mean,
Somebody went postal.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the worst thing there that we're still like the community has spoken out, but 4 of the 8 dead in that one were Sikhs. A specific religious order, and uh, from the Middle East. So people are thinking, that there was some kind of a religious nature to this. Who knows? I mean, we don't have enough information yet. I don't think. Yeah, it's bad. And now we have the defense is rested in the Derek Chauvin case. There was new evidence, but the defense didn't want to put him on the stand, so he used his Fifth Amendment right to not go on the stand and speak about himself. And we know why. So the reason that Derek Chauvin didn't want to go on the stand was really simple. He's done a lot of bad shit as a cop. There was a lot, and I mean a lot of bad shit in his history as a cop. Tons of write-ups, like 30 plus uses of force beyond reason. And so the prosecution was going to bring up every one of them in front of the jury and have him answer to them. And that's what he didn't want to do. That's the only reason he didn't go up on the stand, because the prosecution was going to tell the truth about him. And he didn't want the truth to come out about his history in court in front of the jury. It is hard to keep up. It's nonstop every day. Like I said today, 2 more shootings. Like, I
have dreaded looking at the news lately. I really have.
And like Jerry said in the chat, killings by law enforcement since January 1st, 2010. In the UK, 30. In the US, 4,808.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
There's a gigantic air bubble in my air block, so I'm still listening. I'll shout. I need to tilt my shit.
You do that. For anyone not understanding that, that's a cooling system there. But yes, so obviously the answer is we need more guns, right, everybody?
Need more guns, clearly.
Clearly. Yeah, no. No, how about way more sane gun laws, background checks, and all the other loopholes closed. The police need to get completely defunded, abolished. We need new systems in place that aren't started specifically from a place of pure and utter racism, as some people still don't seem to understand that, like, this type of policing didn't exist until we made it here in America. This wasn't a thing. These police forces that we now see in every city, they started as groups of men who were hired by local areas, like county-sized areas, to hunt down black people and return them to the plantations where they, quote, belonged. I mean, they went a little farther than that and started doing a few more things, and slowly over time became like the police forces we know today. But they started specifically for racist reasons, and they haven't changed much since. It is abso-fucking-lutely horrible.
Indeed. Abolish the motherfucking police.
We need to start over with everything to do with protecting the public, basically, from itself. We need
mental health.
Exactly. We need better systems of community support, a much different system, not of policing, but of dealing with the different things that ail humanity. Human nature is that we have a lot of issues to work through. None of us are perfect, and so there need to be people out there to help us. But they don't need to always show up with a freaking gun on them ready to shoot you. We need way more people working for mental health help. We need way more people showing up in ambulances, not cop cars. We need, the community support needs to be there. We need health care. We need UBI. If you put UBI in place and you put Medicare for All in place, you cut down on a huge amount of crime. Now, I'm going to show you guys a picture here, which will really illustrate a problem. If you guys are ready for this one. So that top number, $731 billion, is how much money is spent on local policing forces in the United States of America. That second number, $261 million, is how much is spent on the entire, or billion, is how much is spent on the entire Chinese military budget. We spend nearly 3 times the amount of money that China does on their military budget just on our cops.
Oh my God.
If you look at Russia, Russia's total policing budget is $65 billion a year. We spend $731 billion a year. That means we are 8 times, like something like that. We're putting that much more money into policing to over-militarize these people. Take us down to even the Chinese levels. Down to the 261, and you've created $400 and something billion you can put into UBI, Medicare for All, better mental health care in every locality. It's just amazing how much money is sitting there going to waste so cops can shoot us. This image really shows how bad it is. Again, we are almost 3 times China's military budget just on our police.
That is
disgusting.
Yeah, like,
look at you guys. Canada doesn't even show up on this list.
And we have a lot of problems with policing ourselves, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
This is crazy, right?
Like, they don't need that much of a fucking budget considering all of the military equipment runoff.
They don't need any budget anymore. They need to be completely abolished and replaced with local community systems that are geared towards actual supporting the locals instead of geared towards imprisoning the locals into privately run for-profit prison systems.
Yeah, that's something a lot of foreigners continue. I'm constantly having this discussion with people that are over on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
America has private for-profit prisons that you can invest into.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only that.
That's the thing.
They are so powerful that sometimes they will complain to the state they're in, saying that you aren't sending us enough prisoners. So we aren't making enough money, so we're going to shut the prison down unless you find a way to send us more prisoners. And miraculously, more people start getting prosecuted at that time. Yeah. You know who a big supporter of those groups were in terms of fulfilling their needs for more prisoners? Kamala Harris, our current VP. The self-described top cop. Yeah.
This administration y'all got. They are literally. I hate saying wolves in sheep's clothing.
They are only better than Trump and no better.
Yeah,
that's it.
They are like bare minimum better than Trump, frankly.
Yeah. That's it.
They are realistically they're Republicans. They
absolutely.
They are basically Bush era Republicans.
Yeah.
If you want to go there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a center right admin. You are 100% right, Budo.
Woo.
Whew. So Roger Stone, our favorite QAnon pusher, right?
Ah!
The Justice Department is using the Al Capone trick on him. They are suing him for back taxes.
I saw that, and I fucking laughed.
They are going Al Capone on his ass.
Like it took this long for the IRS to start pulling their heads out of their asses. Like, come on, guys.
I mean, they still haven't. Scientology is still tax exempt, so like until that's over, their heads are way up their asses.
It's only because Trump isn't there protecting people at this point. But
Indeed.
it seems like whenever something actually manages to get done, taking care of business that needs to be taken care of within the United States political sphere, it's the IRS. That's something I've historically noticed.
They are a weapon to be used against the people at all levels. They aren't. I don't think personally our friends in any way. It's just fun.
Of course.
It's fun to watch them get used against the rich every now and then.
Yeah, it's you hate. Yeah, you hate to see it.
Scientology.
But at the same time, you're like, oh. Okay,
Scientology
cool.
is a religion in the IRS's eyes because they were sick of getting sued by Scientology for not allowing them to be a religion. It happened so many times that they decided to back off of it. And the thing that actually sent them over the edge was everybody's favorite, Bill Clinton, having his boy, John Travolta, come out. And the two of them hung out with the IRS commissioner and made some deals. Just if you didn't know, it's all documented. You can go look this up. Yeah, Bill Clinton helped kind of clear the air there for them so they would stop suing them, basically. Now, what really made them stop suing, though, which they were doing on a near daily basis, was when the IRS agreed to have specific trained employees that only exist to field IRS-related issues from Scientologists. So at this point, those people at the IRS are trained to not question anything. So if you are a Scientologist and you go to the grocery store every couple weeks for your house, just for your family normally, you can turn on those receipts and count them as religious deduction. The IRS will not stop you. They do not want to get sued again.
Oh boy.
They get to write off everything. Taking their kid to public school, that gas mileage is written off by them. They get to write off every single thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because the IRS was sick of getting sued. You disappeared.
I did, because now I will be back in literally 10 seconds. I am adjusting things. Don't mind me.
So yeah, so that's how they are a religion. Literally, they wouldn't stop suing. And then one of their guys, Travolta, went out there and hung out with Bill Clinton, and they made it happen. Thanks, Bill.
Oh,
I'm
gotta
sure
love that Hollywood overlap. Really, that's. Ugh. God.
So you guys want to see my second favorite image from the day? Because my favorite is, of course, James O'Keefe getting suspended. But are you guys ready for my... I saw this headline and I was like, really? Really, guys? So here's this one. This is from the Daily Beast. So,
What?
yeah. So... the article is all about how so many people were either stuck at home or dealing with their small circles because of the pandemic. And now they're going and standing in lines at the vaccine place. And even though there's social distancing and whatnot, if it's second shot time, they're all talking to each other. And it's the first time they've really talked with a lot of strangers. And they're all feeling pent up and like they've been stuck inside for a year. And turns out that's a recipe for a bunch of people to just leave the line and go fuck, I guess.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I best being stuck inside for as long as a
Yeah.
lot of these people have. Get stir crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking judge.
No, I just saw it and I was like, really? That's where we are? I mean, I get it. I just...
Woo!
Right?
Oh boy.
So I guess if you're really, really hard up right now, go get your vaccine. I guess, we could use this as a way to get some more right-wingers to go get their vaccines. Let's use this to convince some QAnon incels to go get their vaccines.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I got my first shot a few days ago, and
I have no idea when I'm gonna get mine.
I
The
have
world out here is
problems.
such a fucking nightmare.
I have lots of problems with shots, with foreign stuff entering my bloodstream. So any vaccines I have, like when I got my last tetanus shot, I was down for over a week, barely able to move. Just my body. It's just how it is. Normally, I don't notice that it's not a thing that bothers me. It really takes like a shot to happen for me to have my issues. But like everyone else was like, oh yeah, I was down for a few hours, had a headache the next day. I couldn't move for like 20 hours. Like I knew it was coming though. I was prepared for it to suck. But yeah, good times. Yeah, Fear My Dark. I wanted my damn nanobots. I've heard that if I get enough of them in my body, I'll be able to like start beatboxing like nerdcore 8-bit chiptunes.
Yeah, I've heard it increases your cell phone reception.
Right? Like, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Let's fucking go.
Indeed. Yeah, I got Moderna too, but like, it definitely it kicked my ass, and I can't wait for the second shot, which is supposed to be worse. I was supposed to get the Johnson & Johnson, but of course, everyone in the world are a bunch of bitches. And so instead of the 1 shot, I had to get the 2 shot because a few people got blood clots, which was less than the national average of people who would have gotten it over that time period anyways. But still, it's the shot's fault. These people don't know how numbers work. Because that's not how numbers work. I want my Johnson & Johnson, damn it. But whatever. I go back in a month and get my second one. Ugh. Yeah, so we'll see how I do then, right? We'll see how that goes. Ugh. Lucky you, Desmonius? Yes, I wish it was that way for me, but my blood type does not enjoy vaccines at all. One of those things, no worries. I just thought that image was really special. That was, just what the hell? What is going on, in this world? I don't know, man. Like, you have been doing some more gaming lately. You've got your stream going pretty well now. You're getting the subs going. You've been putting in a lot of work over the last couple of days, getting it looking even better, getting the machines up and running, getting everything going through NDI.
Anybody that has been watching for past month or so, when we swap over. When you actually see how the gameplay footage looks now, you're going to be blown away. It order of magnitude difference. Like, oh god, I feel like a moron because I have this box here. It's got a 4K capture card in it. It was sitting downstairs, and my capture card.
There's a difference between being a moron and allowing depression to keep you from literally going down the stairs and getting a machine.
Well, yeah,
I say that from a place of knowledge, of understanding, of similar problems.
Fair enough.
I know this one well. There are things I could do around here that I just haven't for a little bit. But whatever. Here we are. You got it working.
I got it working. Oh, but by the way, I just went and I fiddled with some dials and stuff, so I might look a lot crisper right now. I'm looking at my preview. I have to shit. Yeah.
You got one of those itches?
Yeah, no.
Damn it! Now I got one too.
It's so high res, I can see something in my nose.
Nice.
Annoying.
See, that's proof he didn't pick it a minute ago when you guys thought he did when the camera went off, because it's still there.
That's true.
So, this is a really high-class show tonight, just so you know.
Yes, it is. Really fucking high class. But anyway, yeah, so I went and I grabbed my capture box from downstairs. I have the console video now piping into this machine here that is going and taking the ingest, and then doing NDI broadcast, a multicast NDI broadcast. Over my network. Yeah, so I have a gigabit switch here that's just like this machine to switch to this here. And now I'm doing uncompressed low latency video that is much lower load on my actual workstation here. So
Right.
my encoding, and like overall my temps and stuff are going to be much lower because I have an i9 that desperately needs replacement because I burnt this thing out. Yeah, it's a
Indeed.
couple years in. And anyway, everything will look so much more crisp. I should be able to do 1080p 60 streams tonight. We'll see how that goes. As just sitting here right now, I'm sitting at 106 degrees Celsius. Jesus Christ, I gotta shake my fucking water block more, don't I? Wow, this thing's a mess. But anyway, to the actual point. So I've been fixing up my game streaming. I've been fixing up that whole infrastructure and whatnot. Production wise, it looks like it's in a good place. It's going to be a lot better. So on my birthday, I got an email from my landlord saying, "Hey,
saying fuck you."
I want to move into the house. I'm going to give you until July 1st to like you got to move out July 1st. So happy birthday to me. That's great. That's really fucking great. Kind of blindsided me. It took me by surprise. It was not a good birthday.
No, no.
That's why I spent so long just streaming and just
it's a
trying
good
to, like,
way to avoid the problem.
Yeah. So
I think we all understand that one.
Yes. Now I need to find a new place in the next couple of months. But given
come to America, I got a room and gigabit.
I want to come to America.
I know, right? Like that is the problem with that whole suggestion. Like, no, don't come across this border. We don't need you in CFAA land.
Yeah, no. So I was already in talks for a DEF CON talk. I'm really glad DEF CON is going to be a hybrid thing this year. So
yeah,
that's actually a reasonable prospect for me right now. Woo. So anyway, and this confuses a lot of people that I've been talking to about it so far. Things work differently here in Canada than in America. You can't just go and default on things and just work on it later. And like, no, your ducks got to be in a row if you're going to be leasing a new place, because like for starters, that utility account is going to be following you to the new place, and there's going to be some checks by your new leaser. So for the next couple of months, I am going to be doing these marathon streams for your entertainment. Like I'm going to be doing these things where I'm trying to just start a game and start it from beginning to end in a single sitting. But there's a purpose behind that. I need to raise a lot of money to settle my bills so that I can move. Like I was completely and utterly fucking blindsided by this. I'm basically I'm in a really bad place right now.
You're in the same spot most of us are in the pandemic, where you owe a lot of money, but you're in a slightly heightened version of it where you owe it now. You don't get to wait a couple more months.
Yes, exactly. I do not have the interest, or I do not have the luxury of time of being able to settle my balances while I'm here. Because even if I was here another 6 months, I'd be able to do that. Like that would be more tenable. But 2 months, I gotta get first and last month's rent. I have to settle all my utility bills, and like I need a good fucking amount of money. Like this is.
You do not need $1,000. You do not need $2,000.
Okay,
you need
like this is Canadian. This is Canadian dollars, not
right. So
US
it's fake,
dollars,
and you can just hand them Monopoly money. It works.
Yeah. But
same color.
For instance, I owe $7,000 in electricity bills.
Yes, the utility bills are large.
I'm not joking. I owe $7,000 for electricity.
Oh, mine's close to that.
Yeah.
But I can still wait another
he-
like 3 months before I have to work on mine.
Yes. So I am going to essentially I'm going to be streaming much more often with under the auspices of watch me try not to kill myself while I get everything I need to settle all my balances, fix up my identifications, because like my IDs are actually I do not have any valid forms of photo identification. I seem to have lost my passport. That sucks. My driver's license I cannot renew until I pay a bunch of outstanding road tolls from a couple of years ago.
Nice.
So even just giving identification for leasing a new place, like I got to get that taken care of. There's it was a bad birthday. So
that's not a good birthday. Just, if anyone was wondering, that's what a bad birthday looks like.
Yeah, that's it's bad. And I have like I don't live in Toronto proper. I live out in the fucking boonies. I live out in farm country. So it's like the amount that I'm spending for leasing a place, at least the costs there, they're tenable, and as long as I have a handful of bedrooms and a basement and a fiber connection that I can get to my basement, I'm golden. But that's not the point. I need to get everything in order to settle my bills, get my IDs all up to date, and just like fix what the last couple of years of hell have done to me over a period of time. And
we need to get a lot of hype trains going for this guy.
Yes.
I'll, of course, be tweeting it out. We've got a few other people who will be trying. You get to embed it. We're going to do what we can here.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I've got things in the pipe. I've been, in terms of surviving from month to month to month, that's been getting better. My baseline income has been basically at the point where like I'm not stressing from month to month, being like, oh fuck, how am I going to pay rent?
I'm still not making rent or any bills. Like I'm barely making anything.
Oh,
I made
Christ.
$720 last month, and half of that was Twitch.
Yeah. Like,
and my total bills were $4,900. So there was a little discrepancy there.
Ooh, $4,900?
I have multiple kids and a big place, and I live outside of Boston.
Yeah, and that brings me to the other thing. It's not like I can go and get a one bedroom because I have a child myself now, and I have I have family.
You'd like another thing, yeah.
Yeah, like I have minimum space requirements for my next place, but again.
It's like, just as an example, so people can see where me and him like are living right now. Like, here's mine. I don't have his to show, but like, there's the email I just got for my electric bill from National Grid. So like, yeah.
We're pretty close. Oh, here, let me pull.
We're having fun. We're having fun.
Just so people know that I ain't full of shit here. Okay,
I laugh it off because like what the fuck ever. Do something. But like still, yeah, it sucks a lot.
Yeah, like like the water bill, that's not so bad.
Like, the plus is because like the electric bill is going up every single day, so like by the time I got it, they might have readjusted. I don't know. Like I love National Grid's billing thing. It's like, this is kind of what you owe. You'll know when we charge your card.
Okay, so it isn't $7,000. It's less than I thought. Actually, you know what? It went down somehow. There must have been some kind of like COVID relief.
Nice.
But
yeah, mine was a little less than I thought too when I just went and looked at that email that I had been avoiding. Like, I only did that because like it was a good way for me to stop avoiding looking at the email to know the real number.
Yeah, so
if anyone out there's rich, I don't know that we have a super wealthy audience, and you want to just hand us each $10K, like suddenly we're all better. But I know that's not the case, so don't, because none of you can afford that.
Yeah, so
there you are.
just so people don't know I'm not full of shit here. Yeah, that's my electricity bill. So
We are surprisingly close.
Gregg actually owes more than I do. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, because that's Canadian.
Yeah, that's Canadian. That's probably around $4,000.
Yeah. We're pretty close. We're pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
yeah,
it's bad. It's bad. Oof.
Yeah, that's probably what that was for Infusion.
There's that much, and then in terms for gas bill, I got my statement. I owe $1,700 on my gas. So
my gas is like at $2,100, so it's like not as bad.
So just on that, like we're talking for all my outstanding utility bills for my gas, my electricity, and for my water bill, I'm currently sitting in probably around $8,000 Canadian. Realistically speaking, you know, that's doable. Let's do it. Like we can fucking do this. Like we can fucking do this.
I like that attitude.
We can do this. I have
right.
You know what? Like it's doable. And then on top of that, you know, I probably need around $4,000 or $5,000 for first and last. And then
we need like a tip Kurt instead of just a tip that like shows mine there. Yeah, you know, I need it, but like you need it more right now. If anyone can help Kurt out, like
okay, yeah, like Kirtaner.com, like no.
Oh yeah, you've got it. You've got the thing. Kirtaner.com takes you right there. Let's not hack a bank because that's how you go to jail. Did you not watch Hackers?
Yeah, for real.
Is your name Joey?
I've got some crypto addresses there. I got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, Dogecoin. You can send direct tips via PayPal through that. Over these marathons, you know, cheer bits, great, cool. Subscriptions, great, cool. Like we can fucking do this. We can fucking do this. You know, I
feel it. Let's go.
Over the past couple of weeks, I have hit almost 200 Twitch subs.
Nice.
That alone, like that has blown my mind. So if that's possible, like we can fucking do this, you know. And yeah, I'll be fucking entertaining. After this show tonight, I will be playing starting up Yakuza Like a Dragon. Starting new game on that. We're gonna see how far I can get through that before I pass the fuck out. We are probably going to see me going a 48-hour stretch on that one.
Nice.
Who knows? We got Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. A friend just gifted me all of these game codes.
Nice.
Because he has a Microsoft company store account, and he's like, I love enabling you, and also you need to have some stuff to entertain people. You know,
absolutely.
I have Game Pass. Like literally, I will just be starting games, going through the whole fucking thing. Y'all can watch me basically drop dead. You know, like we're gonna have a thing going. We're gonna have a thing going. And,
Vassar, are you still there in chat?
Yeah.
If you're still there, I think one of the things we need to do to get some of that those 50 million Minecraft viewers is me, you, and Kurt do a run to the end and kill the dragon as fast as possible.
Yes.
We will need your help for that.
And you know, we've been talking about this NFT shit like on and off for a while. Like I think we should probably really like visit that. And,
yeah, for anyone who wasn't paying attention, Snowden did an NFT over the week, and he took a picture of himself that was actually one of the photos that was from his book, and then overlaid it on top of a surveillance court case, all the documents from it, and it's this really cool image. And all of the proceeds from the NFT go straight to the Free Press Foundation. You know, Trevor, Tim, and that whole group of awesome people. And it went for like $5.4 million. Like, freaking awesome. The Free Press Foundation, like, that is awesome for them. That makes me super happy.
Ooh. Yeah. So after looking at my electricity statement, I'm a little bit less stressed, but that's only because it's like two grand.
Yeah, it's a couple thousand
than I
less.
thought. Yeah, a couple thousand less.
You made $2,000 watching being in this stream. That's how I count that.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's good.
You're $2,000 richer in your mind than you were.
Oh god. And crypto is booming. Yeah, crypto is fucking booming right now. And I know there are people here in the chat that have good gains. Like you got some tendies. You got some motherfucking tendies. You can share a bit of the love. Come on. You can do it. And
indeed.
Don't be a fucking asshole and make me stress until a week or two before I have to get this shit done. Please, for the love of God. Don't do this to me, because I know some of y'all are probably thinking it. And how's that beautiful boy more yours? Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good from what I know.
Thanks for that, Sparto. There, appreciate the update there. That is awesome. That is awesome. Good to hear. And yeah, that is exactly what is to be expected.
Yeah.
I am sorry, but I remember that well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a stressful thing. I didn't want to talk about it. I've known about that obviously for 11 days now, and I have been just getting things set up, and because I wanted to at least start this train on a good footing, and it seems I have settled into a good Twitch gimmick, and that is. Going until I am literally unable to maintain my state of awareness. And
so what are you gonna do tonight? What game is coming up after the stream?
Yakuza Like a Dragon. The latest game.
Are you gonna actually try and beat that straight through? Isn't that 23 or 24 hours of actual gameplay to even get to the end?
Did you just say 24 hours? I can go 48.
I know, I meant straight through by someone who's played the game a few times, not speed running, but you know what I mean.
We're gonna make a good fucking effort.
I like it.
We're gonna see how far we can go here. Obviously there's gonna be one day or one day. There's gonna be one stream, 48-hour stretch where I'm probably going to go through all 3 recent Resident Evil releases because let's be real here. They're not terribly long games. So
just press A.
There is going to be a Resident Evil 7, 2, and 3 48-hour run. Just like I did Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, and Doom 3 Lost Mission all in a single fucking go. I did all of those games in a single non-stop stretch. And Gregg was there for part of that.
Yep.
So that was a proof of concept. That was a proof of concept for my absolutely crazy batshit insane ass. So
good times.
We do this. I don't know anybody else that does that level of insanity.
No.
To be real here. You don't like jump scare games? Well, good news for you. You're not the one that has to play it.
I don't think the delay for stream helps. Anyone seeing me doing this, I'm eating dinner. Anyone seeing this, I'm eating my lasagna.
Yeah. And I'll get treat streams set up so that y'all can order me food while I'm playing, so I don't need
Send him cakes. Just keep sending him cakes. Do him challenges. If you eat the whole cake, he gets $100 or something. Really, make him work for it.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, if you install that app, you're kind of asking for that type of shit, right? I don't know. I haven't installed it because I imagine I'm gonna get 40 of one thing.
Thing is with Tree Stream is you set the menu items, so you're
not. Okay.
You're not surprised by anything.
Okay, that helps. I was just please, I'm gonna get 10 freaking carrot cakes and be why?
Of course, then it also goes the other direction too, where some I have seen footage of a stream where somebody was ordered 5 foot long tuna subs from Subway, and they wanted to see him eat all 5.
Was he challenged to like, I'll do a thing if you do it?
He was kind of taken by surprise. It's like, oh God. Whoever did this, I hate you.
Right?
Because
I mean, it's that I love you kind of like friendly hate.
You don't want a tuna sandwich to be sitting there for too long. We'll just put it that way. Doubly so when it's a Subway.
I don't want one in the same house as me. Those things stink.
Woo! Yeah, tuna. Oh God, tuna mouse. Woo! Yeah. So please don't order me 100 pizzas. Like I will try and make sure that my I'll see if there's a cooldown. Well, like I would rather that money going towards the bills.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can make this as entertaining as possible for you all. And, and please, for the love of God, like support and chat. Just the one thing that I can't stand, and I am being more engaged. Like I'm getting into the flow of it, being more into the whole like entertainer and
oh yeah, you gotta talk with chat, gotta interact, gotta respond. No staring off into space.
Yeah, and I just I've been trying to be more engaging. Just please, for the love of God, just like come in a chat, just fucking hang out, just give me encouragement, promote the fucking stream. That kind of thing.
I need all the subs and tips and everything I can get, but what I'm going to say here is we're going to raid Kurt here in a minute, and as soon as he's all set up and stuff, anything you think you were going to do at the end of my stream and anything, save that for the beginning of his, because my needs are definitely there and they're strong, but his are, he doesn't get to move, but he also doesn't have a house at the same time very soon. So
I got taken by surprise, and
any subs you got
has to get fucking
hook him
solved,
up
like now, woo wee.
Definitely.
I love y'all. We can fucking do this. We can fucking do this. Woo. I even have a meter set up in my channel. It's like let's hit 500 subs.
Oh, you've got one of the goals?
Within a month. I hit 200 subs in a month. We can do 500 by the end of this month. We can fucking do it. We can do this shit. Because this is literally life or death for me right now. And because on top of that,
we laugh because it's not funny.
My server's out of my fucking basement. So if you love 420 Chan, you love all the shit that we run. It's within your impetus to make sure that this shit.
I'm going to say this without saying anything I shouldn't. I'm going to say that if you also love about 10 other things that are super important, you need to support those servers still being where they are.
Because there's like
there are many other things that are important running there.
There's a lot of shit.
And I'm not talking about bad shit that anyone needs to go there and deal with. I'm talking about shit that we all need, that people just don't know that this man is the one who supports certain projects that really need support.
Yes. Do you think that there's a necessity for pursuances for the Project PM wikis for things to come there? Well, then it's probably in your best interest to make sure.
And many other things. That's just this isn't just 420 Chan on this infrastructure. No. So definitely help out where you can. I am helping to support the infrastructure for Barrett Brown's projects. All of it, yeah, definitely, all of it.
There is all kinds of shit running, and I need a place that's got fiber, so I can just go take my fucking cluster.
You're just like me though. Like one of the things when you're looking for a new place to live, it's not about anything else. First move is what areas have fiber that is asymmetric, that is both directions, that gives me my gigabit minimum, and then I'll worry about all the other things I'm looking for in a place to live.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the important thing.
Yeah. It's critical. It is it's critical. I'm trying not to be like super life or death yet. I think with the right streams you can get there. Exactly. Exactly. You know,
So
and
everyone, let's get Kurt going here. Let's not go too late so he gets an early start on this stuff.
yep,
And
I'm gonna kill my cam feed here, and I'm gonna start setting up
while
my
he's
mic will
doing
still
that,
be
if chat
hot.
has any questions for us, anything else that we haven't covered, about the week, about whatever, about me still feeling the vaccine a little, whatever. I mean, you might have noticed I haven't like tweeted about it or anything else because I don't want to be that guy who tells everyone, "Oh man, I'm days down from the vaccine" on my Twitter, which has the 100,000 or so followers, because
There's
I
not
don't
that
want
many
to.
places that offer that as you might think. Actually, no,
Yeah,
wrong. That's like if any where I live, there are new houses. Like it's all fucking new housing development. Like
yeah,
for a good like 20-30 minute driving radius around me, and every single one of these places, even out here in the boonies, they all have fiber connections. So I won't have any problem there. Period. And
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Toronto's pretty well lit up at this point. The whole area, all the cities around it too. It's not like you're gonna have too much trouble finding a place.
no, no, no.
It's like
So
the
in
Boston
terms,
area. It's the same thing. Like there's
yeah,
enough fiber around here that I didn't have too much trouble finding one.
exactly. As long as I'm able to transfer my Bell account, then that's perfect. You know.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Amanda.
Da,
I mean, it,
da.
it was it was important not to just like put that out too wide. I mean, we have 100 viewers here, so I don't really mind. But like, if this show was at that point where it's got 20,000 people watching it live, I would not have even brought it up. Just I don't want to spread that crap. But on the space stuff, what's interesting is NASA gave SpaceX the contract for landing the next astronauts on the moon, with their starship, and it's not that I don't think that was actually the right move. In that I think technologically they're way ahead of the others. I am surprised that they gave it to them simply because of how much lobbying and how much backroom dealing the other groups have in place. With Bezos and Blue Origin working with United Launch, and thus having Boeing and Northrop Grumman and all those people behind them. You would have expected a lot of backroom deals and a lot of politics keeping SpaceX from winning this contract, but in the end, whatever you think about Musk is sort of irrelevant here. The correct technology for this move was the Starship. If you just looked at how far along they are, where they are in testing, what launches they've actually successfully done, what their mission plan is, they should have won. And it honestly surprises me that with all the politics in play, they did. It's still kind of weird to me. I love For All Mankind. If anyone isn't watching that show, you should definitely check it out. I have really enjoyed watching this and seeing them play out what happened if we didn't stop going to the moon.
Hmm.
It's definitely an interesting series, and they take it to really strange places.
Okay, so my stream is now live. So hopefully this is going to be all nice and peachy in terms of performance, because I am now doing a 1080p 60 feed, but network ingest. Da, da, da. Well, we'll see how this goes.
Indeed, indeed.
All right. I think I am ready for the raid.
We are being asked about Carey Mulligan and if she deserves the Oscar nod. I think I have no idea who that is.
I don't know either.
So
I am sorry.
yeah. Literally no idea who that is.
Likewise, my bad, people. I'm sorry.
So Kurt is up and running, everyone. I think we're at a good point here. I'm gonna finish my dinner and get a little more rest in here. Just kind of sitting here, not focusing on anything while
Yep, he can watch me
while
kick
we
off
watch
this.
him do all the work.
Yes.
So let's click buttons, because I think that's all I have to do over here. Maybe. Where's this?
Get ready for the raid, and get ready to, you know, I mean, I love your cheer bits, I love your tips, I love your subs, I love just all of that. That would be great. I need it, bad, and I love you all.
Is there a reason you don't show up as live?
Let me. Oh no, I am live. I am indeed live. Yes.
Well, let's hit the raid button again after refreshing and see what happens. All right,
Sometimes it takes a brief amount of time.
yeah, it doesn't let me raid you. It says no results found for Kirtaner 420.
It'll work. Just give it some time.
Yeah, everyone, give us a sec. So, what else do you want to talk about, Chad? We got a minute before we do that. Everyone else, if you feel like it, you can just go straight over to his channel on your own and not wait for the raid. But if you want to bring up any more topics for a second, we can. While we wait for it to decide that he's there. In Twitch's wonderful, kind of, sort of, maybe, almost, kind of consistent, you know? Yeah, no, they are never, never, ever consistent with anything. It is the sixth night of protests in Minneapolis, and it's only, I think, personally, going to get worse there. As we're nearing the end of the Chauvin trial, they should sometime Monday to Wednesday in that range hand it over to the jury. And I don't know where people's minds are on this one, but I honestly don't think it takes the jury that long to come to a decision here, because I think if it's gonna hang, it's gonna hang quickly. They're gonna know that there's someone on that jury that just says outright, no way, I'm not doing it. And if it's not gonna hang, then it also doesn't take too long for them to say he freaking did it. That's where I personally am. As for as for the outcome of it, I still think he's getting off personally. No matter how the trial went, I think that was always the case. It's my lack of faith in any ability of anyone in this country to actually prosecute the police for any of their wrongdoings. ACAB and fuck 12. So, yeah. A federal judge and a local judge both have now ruled that Minneapolis police should... the Minnesota police in general should stop harassing media, stop arresting and targeting media on purpose, and let media cover the protests. That news came out today that it was a judge's ruling. Now, what's funny about that being a judge's ruling is that's already the law. So, like, it shouldn't require a judge's ruling to do this. Plus, what is a judge's ruling going to do since it was already the law? I don't think it changes anything. Personally. Let's do a little refresh over here and see if we can go raid.
Yes.
Maybe. What does Twitch think of this now? Does Kirtaner exist? He does! There we go.
Okay. Let's do this shit.
Alright. It is considering things. As it does.
Oh boy.
It has multiple buttons to click. Here we go.
Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Oh god, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna close Zoom now before my shit melts.
Alright, there we go, everybody. Good night.